Alright, welcome to part 2 of the tier lists series. Funny that I say series, because we're ranking all the series convergence tests, specifically the ones that got covered in Calculus BC. So, let's see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. If you don't understand these, that's fine, because I don't either. So first we got the alternating series test. This one, I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling B tier. It's just, well, for one, it's restricted by only working on alternating series. And two, it's confusing. Even though it seems simple, it just conditional convergence is one of those things that I just do not understand like at all. So points for being cool, but also not points for hurting my brain. Next up, we have the direct comparison test. This image got a little squished. This is direct comparison test. I hate this one, D tier. It's just so vague, and I never use it ever. I'm a ratio test supremacist. Spoilers for the rest of this field. So direct comparison, I don't like it. Next, we have the integral test, also D tier, even lower. This is like the direct comparison test, and that's really complicated and hard to use big, but it only works like 1% of the time. Why would I ever use this? The function has to be continuous, decreasing, and differentiable, like, I think, or something like that. Anyways, it's a real pain in the ass to figure out if it even applies, and then you have to take an integral, which is even worse than just finding the convergence normally. God, now I have the limit comparison test. This one's, I'm going to put it in C tier. It's like a direct comparison test, but it's not stupid. Yeah, that's pretty much all there's to say about it. It's that when you compare the limits, luckily you just have to divide them, which can get annoying. But for some simpler series, it's not too bad. Next, I have the in-term test. I'm pretty sure this one also got cut off. This one is going to be C tier. This one is the first one you always apply. It's pretty cool. You just apply it, and then if the limit is at 0, then it diverges. Now the issue is that it doesn't tell you if it converges. And also, every single problem you'll have, this will apply. Why? Because the people who make these problems hate you, and they will never have one where the limit is just 0, because that would be too easy. So, yeah, C tier just not very useful. Also, spoilers for convergences, if you're ever doing them. Basically, every single series diverges unless it converges, if that makes any sense. Next up, we have the P series. This one is going to go above the alternating series test in B tier. It is pretty cool because it's really easy. If there's a P series, then you just look at it and then it's done. Next, we have the ratio test. This one is the one I was gushing about earlier. So this is awesome. You can apply it to like every series. It's how you find interval of convergence. You need it for intervals of like Taylor series, stuff like that. And it's really cool. So we're going to put it all the way up in A tier. Sorry, it's really annoying to use still. And canceling stuff makes my brain hurt. And factorials makes my brain hurt. So you were so close, ratio test. If only you weren't like insufferable, then that would be great. Next up, we have the root test. This one is going to go into A tier also. This one isn't really applied much, but also when it does apply, it instantly solves a problem pretty much. You just do it, and then that's it. This only really works with like series raised to the nth power, like the whole thing, because then it just cancels out the square root, or nth root, I guess. So that makes it really easy, but it's not really applicable to many. But unlike some of the other stupid ones that are applicable to many, it's very clear when it isn't applicable, because you will just see the fact that it's not raised to an nth power. This is a bit of a shorter tier list, mainly because I don't have a lot to say. I have disdain for this entire topic. So this one's a little shorter than the punctuation one. But yeah, if you want a tier list, comment what tier list you want. If you argue, tell me that I'm wrong. You're objectively wrong because I am smart. You may have noticed that there's no God or S tier. That's because these are awful. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.